Remember this young woman? She was on my first video that I did about the umbrella rig. I've been asked to do another one and to explain the umbrella rig a little bit further, which I'm going to do. You're going to see her again 5 years later using the umbrella rig, and she's still catching fish. I fish out of Rock Harbor on Cape Cod. I fish the waters of Cape Cod Bay. That's the inside of the elbow of Cape Cod. We get mainly bass and bluefish in this particular area. As you can see here, this gentleman's catching a nice bluefish on an umbrella rig, and then you'll next see him catch a striped bass. These are the two fish that we primarily go after. I've tried all sorts of different umbrella rigs. This is the one that I'm using now, and I get it at a local tackle shop, and I'll tell you where that is later on. I use a fairly stiff rod with carbaloid guides to handle the wire, which is the line I primarily use, and I use a 4/0 Senator reel, which is substantial enough to handle the wire and the stress that the rig puts the gear under. We primarily use the umbrella rig to get fish in deeper water, to get a lure system down to the fish when we're fishing in deep water. Here we're fishing in about 50 feet of water, and I'm using 150 feet of wire with 130-pound test Dacron as a backing. I'm putting the knot between the wire and the backing 20 feet past the tip of the rod and trolling at around 3.5 to 4 knots, and we're hooking up pretty regularly. You can use a monofilament or braided line, but use the rig in water, let's say 15 feet or less, because the monofilament or the braided line will not allow the rig to get down deep enough like the wire will. I get these rigs at the Goose Hummock, and they come in 2 different sizes, and I get the 6-arm rigs. They come with the bugs, and you can get extra bugs or different types to put on them. If you put the other swimming type shad lures on there, the bluefish will tear them up, but the little teasers that come with them will last almost a complete season. I use a silver spoon in the center of the rig as a trailer, but you can use any kind of a swimming plug that's not a deep diver. I also put a 100-pound test monofilament leader between the wire and the rig, about 3 feet long, with a swivel at the end of it. You can see that this rig works very, very well for both bass and bluefish, and probably most any other kind of fish.